One thing we take serious at the Brohio podcast is warning you about sensitive subject content.
This episode, we will discuss the power of Satan and how to summon him.
The devil can be a piece of shit sometimes, and we just wanted to warn you. What the fuck is that?
I think it's an earthquake.
Did you fart?
I didn't fart, did you?
What's up, you goofy bitches? It's me, Satan.
Whoa. What are you doing here, devil?
I hear you motherfuckers are rolling my name through the mud. I encourage drugs, alcohol, and sex. Not regular sex, but the kind of sex where you wake up the next morning and you have poop under your fingernails, and you don't know if it's yours or not.
You know what? You're right, Satan. I love poop under my fingernails. This world has this all wrong.
But how do we share with the world that you're not bad, Satan?
Here's what you can do. Anytime you're near a school or a park, just pull your nuts out and start swinging them around like a bag of dirty laundry.
Like a helicopter, but with our ball sacks?
Right. Just show them that life doesn't have to be too serious. Show them that you're not here for a long time, but you are here for a good time.
Thanks, Satan!
No problem, guys. And thanks for announcing my name correct, you illiterate fucks.
Bye, Satan!
Yeah, we love you, Satan. Bye! Welcome back, waffle stompers and butt chuggers.
We're a day late.
We are a day late. It's better than being 2 months late, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we did pull that once.
You know what, Rob? I was thinking, you know that stuff like that you hated to do when you're a kid, but now that you're an older man, you kind of like to do it, like going to the hardware store. I like going to the hardware store.
Yeah, me
and
too.
Taking a nap.
Love it.
I used to hate taking naps as a kid and like sucking your cousin's dick for some baseball cards.
Who hasn't been there? Only if it still has the hard piece of gum in the pack.
I had to have that Daryl Strawberry. My dad told me he was a crackhead, but we like crackheads here at the Brohio podcast.
He was on an episode of The Simpsons.
So the jig is up. I haven't talked to you about this yet, but
okay, I'm ready.
Yesterday, my mom called me. I was birthday shopping for her.
Okay.
If you are listening, Mom, happy birthday.
You're a lovely lady. Happy birthday, Brenda.
Well, she said, your dad turned on that podcast that you do.
Uh-oh.
And I listened to it.
Uh-oh.
And she said, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
And I said, what do you mean? She said, I was laughing a little bit, but it's so nasty. I said, I'm sorry, Mom. When I got off the phone, so she didn't yell at me, too much more.
Like, Mom, we didn't make this for you to listen to.
And I called my dad today, and my dad, if you're on the closed group, Butt Chuggers Anonymous,
yeah,
my dad's on there. His name's Ashley Alexander.
Does he normally listen?
I think here and there, but
every now and then.
He turned it on during the road trip.
Okay.
And I'm like, Dad, you turned the podcast on for Mom. What happened? He's like, yeah, man, she didn't like it very much. And I said, which one did you listen to? He said, she got upset when you started talking about pissing on people's feet.
Oh, yeah, that was the last episode, wasn't it?
It was the last episode.
Yeah.
And so she said, I need to Christian it up a little bit.
We got to get you Jesus.
Yeah. We got to figure something out.
Yeah. It's okay. We're doing what we can.
We're moving forward.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
And as you just heard about a minute ago, we talked to Satan.
We did. He was a great guest.
We brought him right up in here. He stepped over the cat. He didn't want to pet her.
He did leave a big ass hole in your floor, though.
He did. He landed like a motherfucking freight train.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to explain that to your wife.
Speaking of Satan, we got some new Patreon subscribers.
Thank you. That's great.
I'll let you take it from the top there, Rob.
All right. First, we got Derek Wolfgang. Thank you very much.
Derek, thank you for becoming a Patreon subscriber. And I don't know if this is a false last name. Is that what they call a wolf gangbang? As a wolf gang?
A wolf gang? Yeah.
It's a lot of red rockets flying around right there.
Way too many for me.
April Skanks. I'm sorry. April Scanes.
Oh, thank you, Miss
Thank
Skanks.
you, April.
And Zachary Shepard.
Zach, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Zach.
And I mailed out fucking shit ton of stickers today.
Good.
Like 90 Patreon subscribers. Everybody, even the people that aren't in the sticker club, are getting stickers. And if you want to subscribe to our Patreon for $5 a month, you get a pack of stickers with some business cards. You also unlock Bro Talk, which is our premium content. It's not better than the main show. It's just a half an hour of us just shooting the shit, talking about shoving stuff on our asses, talking about, different kind of shit you take. We call, but the coolest thing about the Patreon episodes is we call you guys and we talk to the listeners.
Yeah, that's the fun. Best part of it.
And that's in the 10. If you join the $10 club, that guarantees that we will call you in our Patreon episode.
Spots are limited, so get them now.
Yeah. And if you would please go leave us a 5-star review on iTunes.
That would be grand.
It helps us out so much. And Android users, you can leave us a review on Stitcher. That helps us out as well. And
Great.
I'm gonna open up the floodgates here, Rob. We got about 600 reviews on iTunes.
Okay.
That is 200 shy of where I would like to be.
Okay.
So we ordered about 1,000 stickers last week. We got them in. We got the Brohio ones in, and then we got the ones where we're sitting at the bar with Thud the Alien, JFK, Bill Wilkins.
Yeah.
If you leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher, send us a screenshot, and we will mail you stickers. If you've done this before and you didn't get your sticker, it's because we were out of stickers. So if you have to send us another screenshot to remind us, I'll get those going out.
Yeah. We played a lot of football, so we took a lot of head injuries, so we can't remember from a while back.
We got a lot of head trauma.
Yeah, a lot of it.
So send us a screenshot. Send it to brohiopodcast@gmail.com or send it to us on Instagram. We got a Snapchat now.
Oh.
That's at Brohio Podcast. Just send us a screenshot. Send us your address.
Send us your asshole.
What? Yeah, please, someone send us something sexy on Snapchat because we
get tired of sending each other dick pics all day long.
A lot of dicks and balls that aren't ours. So we'd be happy to send you some stickers. Go ahead and send us that screenshot, and we'll get you some stickers in the mail.
Yeah,
on the house. Check out our merch shop at brohiopodcast.threadless.com. There's a drop-down menu when you're buying shirts for men. The first shirt is $16, but if you go down one more shirt, those shirts are basically the same thing, but they're only $11, and people don't know that.
Yeah, I did see that. There's 2 different types of t-shirts. Someone asked me, hey, what's the difference between this and this besides price? I was like, fuck if I know.
Yeah, just don't get the heather, the light heather gray, because that really looks like a Joe Dirt shirt. It's really disgusting.
It's better than that Amazon shirt, though.
Yeah, apparently someone's selling our design on Amazon. I sent an infringement thing to Amazon. They haven't wrote back yet, so
cool.
Fuck them, right?
Don't order it from there.
And if you're from China and you're listening, I'm sorry, but you motherfuckers are corrupt.
The shirt quality sucks.
They do.
You don't want
it. They use the shirts to mop up the tears of the
children that had
4-year-old children
had to iron on the logos.
That were having sex in the warehouse. Then when they were done having sex, they made them go make the Brohio shirts.
It's a rough life.
Think about the stuff you're supporting whenever you do this. That's not my Jesus.
If you buy our shirts, you're supporting this sweatshop where we just have sex with each other and then do the podcast.
I got an article for you, Rob.
All right.
I switched it 3 times this week. The first article I found, it was this guy that got his fucking wife really, really drunk, and he lived in the top portion of a duplex, and he used a fucking leash and a truck to hoist her up to the deck to get her inside. He nearly fucking killed her. He dropped her, knocked her out in the snow, and left her there and went inside because he was so drunk. But
yeah, perfect plan.
I found one even better.
All right.
We were called to the 1200 block of East Broadway to report of a naked man underneath the car. Lieutenant Scott Powell of the Newton, Kansas. Oh, how fitting, Kansas.
Very.
The Newton, Kansas Police Department told the Topeka Capital Journal he was attempting to stick his penis into the tailpipe of this vehicle. I tell you what, these gas prices are really fucking us. I'm going to fuck them back right now. The nude 24-year-old man would not respond to officers' command to quit trying to copulate with the car. So officers used a taser to subdue him.
Good.
Straight to the ball sack.
Good.
He was high on some sort of drug, Powell told the Topeka Capital Journal. Officers were there, and he continued to try and have sex with the tailpipe of the car. He would not listen to commands or anything.
He'll quit when he's finished.
Fucking committed at that point. That's determination, or maybe something else in this case. He was taken to the hospital emergency room on May 1st, as Powell told the newspaper that the man was too impaired to be taken to jail, and they wanted to have him checked out by a medical professional first. The man had a rather high 0.35 blood alcohol level. Whew. That's getting it hard. That's going hard in the motherfucking paint there, Rob Dog.
Oh, that's real hard.
Additionally, officers also saw what appeared to be a head injury. I can imagine
No
Brad
way.
had a pretty severe head injury sticking your dick in a hot exhaust. You shit fuck. Had a head injury from before they arrived at the scene and suspected the man had been using drugs. Probably marijuana. He's probably injected marijuanas.
Too many.
Sadly, the car was specified in any of the reports we could find on the incident. Was this just any old runabout, or was it something special? What kind of car attracts people who would like to have sex with a car exactly? Are rear engine compartments the automotive equivalent of that booty? Do I need to worry about my Volkswagen tailpipes? Look, I'm not going to read the rest of this because it's specific to that fucking stupid fucking site I read it off of. But yeah, he said, I'm tired of being lonely. You don't have to be lonely at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
That's a good jingle, too. The O'Reilly jingle.
Anytime someone comes to me and asks me for advice on anal sex, whether it be with a man or a woman,
Yeah,
I say use a whole lot of lube. All right, Rob Dog?
absolutely.
When you're having sex with a tailpipe of a car, it's exactly the same. Motor oil will work in a pinch. Spit's not going to do anything for you. Spit will do when you're 13 and you're trapped in the... Your mom said if you come downstairs one more time, she's going to whip your fucking ass.
Yeah.
So you just stay up there in the attic, jerking.
Yeah, spitting's a little disrespectful anyways.
Disrespect for your wiener.
It goes in a little bit, and then afterwards you're just fucking hammering it in there.
The worst possible thing you can use is shampoo, though.
Oh, man, I don't even want to imagine. What about the No More Tears stuff, though? The Johnson & Johnson baby.
Typically, my kids get upset when I use it for that. Quit using all the fucking shampoo, Dad. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Where did it all go?
Yeah. In this episode of the Brohio Podcast, we're talking about the portal to hell.
Oh.
In Kansas.
Yeah.
We're not talking about my asshole.
It has been called that before.
We're talking about some shithole in Kansas. Stull, Kansas, to be exact.
Yeah.
And it used to be called Skull, Kansas, because all the bitches there gave the best head.
Oh.
Ooh, coo, coo.
Yeah, get it, girl.
Now, there's lots of mystique behind this tale.
Okay, yeah.
There's lots of things that this almost falls in the line of some of our episodes we've covered that, it's kind of hard to find the balance between what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, guys. You guys aren't here to hear the truth. You're here to hear me and Rob Dog talk about shoving each other's nuts in each other's assholes.
Exactly. That's what I'm here for. I know, first and foremost.
You hear what Satan said.
We're here to entertain you.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
I miss him.
God, I miss
We need to have him back.
I miss you so fucking much, Satan.
It's been so long.
God, it was long. He did have a really big dick.
He really did.
And I would completely understand why you would think the portal to hell is more than likely in your local town, because anytime someone talks about their hometown, like, oh, this fucking shithole.
Yeah, everybody hates where they live.
And it's not any different for us. I don't like Dayton that much.
Nah.
It's okay.
It has its areas.
It gets the job done. We've got McDonald's. We've got gas stations and everything. We've got heroin addicts. We've got alleys to go into if you feel like
Taking a shit.
You got, we have a fair every year.
Yeah.
The county fair.
We don't do too bad.
It's trashy. You can get a pair of white sweatpants with juicy airbrushed on the butt, which is what I'm wearing right now.
They look really good too.
It says Nicolicious Juicy. And I do want to give a shout out. I went to AutoZone, okay?
Okay.
And one of our listeners there, Phil, he says, delicious Nicolicious when I walked in.
Yeah.
And the kid at the counter, he's like, oh, you're the fucking ringleader of the butt chugger. I'm like, no, I'm not the ringleader. Those fucking people are crazy, okay? In the closed group, they're sick. And I guess the kid was ringing some people out there at the AutoZone. The district manager was there, and someone came up with a funnel He's like, oh, you gotta put it in my ass so I can butt chug. And the district manager's like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Who the fuck? And Phil, our little listener, he's like, don't worry. I've got this taken care of, all right? And I'm like, listen, dude, if you guys come out and charge my car with the air conditioning, fix my fucking air conditioning, because it's been hotter than goddamn ball sacks here.
We're not liable for your job, man.
Right. So if you come out and fix my van, put some air in it for the kiddies in the back seat, I'll bring you up a free shirt.
Hey.
And he said, right on, man. And he came out and he charged my air up. He said my engine was the hottest he's ever touched, but he fought through. He's an avid butt chugger.
Good.
And I got a discount on my air conditioning Freon stuff.
Awesome. Thanks,
Just
man.
throwing my fame around.
Yeah, helping a brother out. I like that.
God, I fucking love it. So I got to take some t-shirts to those guys.
Awesome.
I'm already sidetracked. That's all right. That's what we do here is we get sidetracked, right?
Yeah, we mispronounce things and we get sidetracked.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of sidetracked.
Wait, hang on. First off,
yeah, you mother.
I don't know how many times we can say this. We don't pronounce things right. We don't look over things to figure out how to pronounce them. We're not about that life.
Do you remember?
We're barely educated.
When you were in elementary school, and there was always those fucking retarded kids that got called out of class in the morning to go, they had to go work in special little groups. Yeah. In our school, it was called CCC, or Chapter 1.
Yeah.
That's what me and Rob were, okay? We were the only two kids that got pulled out of class in the morning.
Right.
And they would take us in the janitor's closet, and they would say, listen, if you don't get your shit together, we're going to stop fisting you. And we're like, well, we don't want you to stop fisting us, so we're going to get our shit together.
Yeah, I had to drink mop water once. It doesn't taste good.
It's not that bad. Just depends on what day it is.
Right.
My Friday, pretty nasty.
Yeah, if it's Sloppy Joe day, it's rough.
Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe.
But for real, if you guys are chastising us on our pronunciations, and you have a problem, or you're okay with us talking about shoving things up our ass, where do you draw the line? Come on.
You fucking assholes are barking up the wrong tree. We got lots of hate mail last week. We said Osceola.
Yeah, it's
Florida.
Areola.
It's Areola,
Florida. We're sorry.
It's,
Jesus.
Some guy on Snapchat wrote us, and he said,
I'm still going to pronounce it wrong, even if I try, so I don't know if I
said, he was listening to it, and he's like, it's fucking Osceola, you assholes. Man, Jesus Christ, stop and get you a fucking copy of King James version. Fucking find out about God's love, my friend.
No, but for real, I love it. It's funny as fuck.
We love it. We fucking eat it up. Anytime someone sends us something and just fucking yells at us.
We have a board here in the studio where we have all of the tally marks of all the people who get triggered from us doing mispronunciations.
Yeah.
So it's a game now. You go ahead, feed into our game. We love it.
Those Utentalls, they're so far in the lead. It's not even funny. After the Skinwalker Ranch episode,
oh dude, we got so much hate.
Broke our Gmail.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I like it.
So this portal to hell.
Yeah, let's get back to the subject.
Yeah, we're gonna stay on it this time, guys.
Yeah,
just like we stay on that dick. As long as you got your socks on that motherfucker. Because you ever listened to Delicious Nicolicious up in that motherfucker. He worked up under the prison system for a few of them years. And the one thing he teaches you people, as long as you keep your socks on, it don't matter if you got another man's dick in your ass. Because your feet on all the way touching the floor, so it don't count.
Nope.
So you motherfuckers keep your goddamn socks on. And that little dick in your ass don't mean shit.
We need to make that design on a shirt.
That's
just 4 feet with tube socks and hairy legs. And then Bro Hio podcast above it.
Socks on. Please. Thank you.
It's a motto here.
This portal to hell is said to hide in the booming metropolis of Stull, Kansas.
Booming, huh?
From all my research, I think there's maybe 7 fucking people that live there.
Sounds about right from a Stull, Kansas.
The original settlers in the area were Dutch immigrants that came from Pennsylvania, which means absolutely nothing to Rob and I, because we have no fucking clue what that means, what the significance of that is. But we're going to let you know anyways, because that's what we do, is provide you with the hard-hitting facts. The settlers raised some money and built their evangelical Emmanuel Church. It was done in 1860, and there's a lot of varying stories about stuff that possibly happened before 1860, but they officially built the church that is the magnificent shit stain in this story, okay?
Yeah.
And something through the years completely halted the growth of this community, which goes hand in hand with the tales that have been told over this place throughout the years. So something happened, and they said, we can't, it's about maybe a half hour, 40 minutes away from Topeka, Kansas, which is a pretty big little city there.
That's a big one.
And this should be, there should have been a lot more going on in this area from such an early start. The 1860s, that's kind of like there was a little war. World War II was going on in 1860. I'm just kidding. It was a civil war. I was just testing you. I was trying to upset some people. The Civil War in the United States of America. And at one point, Stull, Kansas, they had a post office, and there were set plans for a bank and an electric railway extension.
Well, there you go. They're moving up.
Not really, because the bank and the railway extension, they were never built.
Aw,
And the post office was closed.
that's sad.
And to this day, it's nearly a vacant community. I never got the figures for the exact population of this little village, whatever it is.
63 people and 42 teeth.
Hold on a second. That can't be right. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Who knows?
Hey, is your cousin home? Well, she's your cousin too. I know, but I'm trying to get somebody to scissor with me, but I don't think I don't think I'm real sure that I know what scissoring actually is. So
Kansas is one of those states that I always forget about. They forget that's really a state like Vermont.
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Have we talked about this before? Like states that we forget about existing?
No, that sounds like a good bro talk.
That's
though.
a really good idea, though.
Yeah. But somewhere around a few dozen people live in this community still. And you're probably wondering why this place is called the Portal to Hell. Now, we've covered the Portal to Hell before, allegedly, in the Indiana Hell House. But that wasn't really a portal to hell. That was just some cop like, I walked in there and it smelled like goddamn stinky snatch and gorilla shit. So that's the portal to hell, if you ask me. I left there, my fucking radio quit working.
It was just a spoopy place. There was a lot of dark things happening.
Yes.
If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah, go check out the Indiana Hell House episode. Listen to the part about Grandma's panties. There's a lot of enlightening stuff right there.
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
That's just a motherfucking snail trail right there.
So good.
And for me, the stories and legends associated with this portal to hell in Kansas leads me to believe that this could actually be the portal to hell in Stull, Kansas, not the fucking shit shack in Michael Jackson Town.
Gary, Indiana.
So more so than the town itself, we're going to focus on Stull Cemetery, which was the cemetery built around the evangelical church that was put up by the Deutsch in 1860. So the motherfuckers started dying, and they needed somewhere to bury the bodies, Rob.
Makes perfect sense to me.
You know the one thing about...
You can't eat them all.
Right. The thing about cemeteries is everyone's dying to get in there.
Hey-o! I love dad jokes.
Yeah. And we got some early stories here. One of the local settlers in the vicinity of the church was burning some, I don't know if it was a bush or some brush. Maybe lit his wife's pussy on fire because he caught her cheating, is what I'm definitely leaning towards. But one of the settlers, he was burning some sticks and leaves, and the fire got slightly out of control, and he accidentally caught his son on fire and killed him.
Oh, geez.
He burned him to death. And this happened in the vicinity of the cemetery and the church. And this it just sets it up for a bad omen, you know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't make it really clear, but shortly after this incident, the way the stories were presented to me, they found a man hanging in the tree in the cemetery. Now, the thing about this tree was it grew straight up underneath the headstone. So the tree was split in half by this headstone that was in the middle of it. And the tree was used to hang witches back in that day. And the gentleman they found hanging from the tree, he was hung in the same spot that a witch would be hung from. And everyone that knew this guy knew that he would never kill himself. And for him to get into the position that he got into to hang himself was nearly impossible. So the belief is that something supernatural put him up there where he was hung at. Something supernatural moved into that position to execute him or to kill him. And he wasn't a known practicing witch at the time. Not all witches are bad.
I would assume not.
We have some modern day witches that listen to this show. Super, super nice girls. They always talk to us and correct us on certain shit when we talk about witches.
Yeah.
I don't know if witches got that good or not.
I would assume.
I think they're probably celibate.
Maybe.
If you're a listener of the Ohio Podcast Show and you're a witch, write us and let us know if you have sex. We'd like to.
Please go into detail.
We'd like to hear all about it. Now, the first story about the cemetery, it didn't reach public print until 1974. Yes, that's 114 years after the settlers built this church. And it was at the University of Kansas student newspaper. The paper spoke about legends and stories that had been passed down by grandparents. This was an area that the college kids from Kansas, they would always flock to. They would flock to the cemetery. They do it for a good scare. There's not a lot going on in Kansas. You're either having sex with a farm animal, or you're going to Stull to check out the cemetery. In all my experiences, cows are normally the easiest to have sex with in the barn.
What about the fainting goats?
Holst, yeah, that's right.
Did they faint before or after?
Boom, motherfucker! Yeah, got that good digging, you know.
Oh, and there's a bestiality joke there. Or raising the bar.
Oh, he's waking up. Boom, motherfucker! Yeah, don't sleep again, motherfucker. Now, in the paper, one student spoke about a time while investigating the cemetery, an unknown entity grabbed the student by the arm with such force it nearly knocked the student to the ground. That's my fucking cat. I'm gonna kill it.
That's the kitty.
Now, a lot of the, as far as the student paper goes, it was always a thing to try and go to Stull and get the residents of Stull to give interviews. And the same goes to this day. The residents of Stull, they refuse to fucking talk.
They've probably been beaten to death about it, so they're over it.
Yeah, they get a lot of riffraff in the cemetery, a lot of stuff going on, but I'll touch on it later on. They've done nothing to discredit the fact that there is a portal to hell in that cemetery. But there is one gentleman. He's always good for an interview. His name is Terry. They call him Cemetery Terry. If you get my play on words there, it's Cemetery Terry. And Cemetery Terry, he up there patrolling the land and the cemetery and shit, and he goes around, he try to keep the people out the cemetery, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So his thing is that he goes around setting booby traps and shit all around the cemetery. So you be up there sneaking around trying to take, scratching some paper on the headstones, trying to get some imprints and shit, and you step on a booby trap and motherfucking thing goes off and you get hit in the face with a bunch of boobies and nipples and shit. And he don't use this ain't like nails and shit. These are real live boobies and nipples, and he gets the nipples off the dead bodies in the cemetery. You know what I'm saying?
He just has a binder full of nipples, like trading card binder.
And he waits until the nipples are like really crusty, like a crouton, and he calls them salad nipples. He says, I got them old crispy crouton nipples. You gonna step on this motherfucking booby trap, and this salad nipple gonna pop out and hit you in your fucking jaw and knock you out. And that's Cemetery Terry. He up there sneaking around. I see these kids coming through a cemetery. They gonna step on this booby trap. I got a whole sack of boobies in that trap right there. That lady, she was milking when I cut them boobies off.
Oh, man.
That booby liable to knock a motherfucker out if he step on that booby trap, Rob Dog.
How long did that one take to dry out?
Couple of weeks after I was done fucking it. But that's why they call me Cemetery Terry, because I ain't like the rest of them boys.
Oh, man.
Train's derailing, Rob.
I know.
It's derailing real fast.
Thank you very much, Mr. Terry.
And it's said, you know what I'm saying, that's fine.
It's such a pleasure.
And it said the original name, we touched on this before, the town was called Skull. Skull is in where I like to fuck you, in the skull. But it was changed to Stull by the settlers to hide all the black magic that was practiced in the town.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
black magic. The cemetery itself is home to none other than satin. Satin pillows. Oh, he's mispronouncing shit again. Yeah, stupid motherfucker. The cemetery itself is home to none other than Satan, Damien, Lucifer, the devil,
satin.
the man, the myth, the legend. Egyptian cotton satin pillow cases.
1,000 thread count.
Okay, Satin, show us your face. The stories have been told that Satan uses a part of the cemetery. Yes, not Cemetery Terry's part, but Satan himself uses a part of the cemetery to enter and exit the earth as he pleases, dragging people's souls back to hell with him at his discretion.
That's convenient.
Yeah, he's like, let the big dog eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like his own little personal elevator.
Right.
Hey.
Except for apparently Satan's a fit guy because he takes the fucking stairs. This is
true.
It's said that this door that opens up, it's a staircase.
And just dragging souls back. I mean, I would assume that after a while, souls probably get heavy.
Yeah, the technology is probably there for someone to put an escalator in there for him.
He's got all them slaves. I mean,
yeah,
his glutes are probably huge.
Nice ass. But then he calls to pay for his escalator. So give me the 3-digit code on the back of the card. What's your name, sir? Satan. No, he can't. He can't use his Visa to pay for an escalator.
Sad.
We should do a GoFundMe to help Satan build an escalator in this cemetery.
I think it'd be convenient.
There's a lot of legends as to why Stull is used as Lucifer's gathering ground. And by Lucifer, we mean the devil.
Satin.
Some people don't know.
Yeah.
In the 1850s, this is before the, this is kind of before the church is built. Sorry. In the 1850s, it said that there was a makeshift mayor appointed to lead the small town. This sounds like one of those things where some guy's like, yeah, I'm the fucking mayor, and you guys got to listen to me.
Yeah.
But a local did not like this idea, so he dragged him into the stone shed on the property of the cemetery and fucking stabbed him out, prison style. But this stone shed would go on to be renovated and turned into the evangelical church that the Dutch used. So there was fucking bodies on the floor in there, okay? There's dead carcasses. There's a makeshift mayor. He's dead. We've already turned this paranormal piece of shit into a true crime episode.
Sweet.
So the guy that stabbed him out, he wasn't on no hoe shit, okay? He was not a hoe. That same barn or shed, like I said, was converted into the evangelical church, and it gets things a certain darkness to kick this thing off.
Yeah, right from the get-go.
Yeah, so they build this church, and it's already fucked from the beginning. Someone got their butthole pushed in and killed. They're in the right up next to one of the little pews.
Poor thing.
I think it's disgusting that they call those seats pews, too.
Why's that?
Just like someone, hey, what was that sound? Oh, I made a pew. I'm sorry. I was trying not to, and I made a little pew. And
Pew.
now, after all the settlers eventually left, the church was gutted by a fire. And now they did leave behind a wooden crucifix that stayed attached to the wall, and the legend says that people have claimed when entering what's left of the church ruins, the crucifix will rotate upside down at the stroke of midnight every night, which goes hand in hand with what time the devil passes through this alleged staircase there in Stull Cemetery. And anytime you got crucifixes rotating upside down, you got some fuck shit going on, Rob.
I would assume so.
I'm not a priest anymore.
Yeah.
Ever since that case, I caught that case. I got out of that case. I beat that case.
My man.
Yeah. But I know anytime the crucifix, she starts spinning, or watch out.
Oh, yeah.
Some fuck shit's going on.
I don't think anything good came from that.
Right. Author Lisa Hefner Heights has many stories she's collected over the years in reference to Stull Cemetery. She claims that Satan himself appears every year on the last day of winter or the first day of spring. Are those the same thing?
That's kind of that's a stretch there.
Yeah. He appears in the cemetery to visit and pay respects to a witch that is buried at the cemetery. Now, to be fair, there is, to this day, a gravestone only a few feet away from the building. The building's been bulldozed since then. There's still some ruins there, but there is a gravestone only a few feet away from the building, and the name on this headstone is Wittich. Not
It says witch.
it's Wittich, like a wit tit, like a Wittich.
Witch tits.
Witch tits.
There you go.
Boy, I sure would like to titty fuck me some witch tits. As cold as a goddamn witch's titty. I think it's so funny when old people say that.
I want to know how cold that is.
It's cold as a witch's tit out here. Oh, really, Stan? Show us your dick. You fucking weirdo.
Show us your dick.
Stanley. Show us your cock and ball, Stan. There is one tree that has since been destroyed that witches were said to be hung from as a part of their death sentence. And I touched on that earlier. They had to tear this tree down because these kids kept on fucking around in the cemetery and fucking with a tree. And
it's so weird to think that there was a time in history where we hung people for being witches.
yeah, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I was trying to finger her, and the goddamn thing bit me. Out her mouth. Pussy hole. Clamp down right on my finger. Look at my fingernail. It's gone. Could you you could just give someone the death sentence.
It's so bizarre.
Something really awkward happened during sex. You're getting a really solid blowski and you just rip a big fat nasty. And she says, "You're the most disgusting fuck I've ever met in my life." She gets her keys. She leaves. The next morning, you march down to fucking town hall and said, "I had sex with a witch last night."
To the gallows.
Drag her to the tree. Now,
Crazy.
yeah. So why is Satan choosing this location? It certainly ties in with with all the witchy activity that's said to be going. You know, that said the settlers, they changed the name because all the
dark stuff. Yeah.
Now, in the cemetery is said to be a grave that contains the remains of the son of Satan himself. All right, little baby devil. I got one of those. She's asleep right now.
Yeah.
Now, this just wasn't an ordinary baby. This was a baby that Satan made with the witch. And I would have to imagine if Satan was going to make a baby, it would probably be with a witch.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. She definitely had that good.
Yeah.
As the story goes, this baby was severely deformed.
Okay.
So it was Satan's sister. Goddamn inbred fucking kid. The baby was severely deformed and only lived a couple days. Not long enough to love it. It's fucking. The baby is said to haunt the cemetery. That's so fucking creepy.
He just looks at it and he's just like,
Yeah.
ew.
Oh,
That's not mine.
but he isn't just deformed. He looks like a little werewolf baby.
Aw.
He's all hairy like an Italian ball sack. And it's said that you can see this baby running around the cemetery, little werewolf baby.
Hey, your pops. Where you been at all my life? I've been at the cemetery for 30 years.
I can't believe that it's a fucking werewolf baby. Now, all joking aside, you feast your eyes on that little hairy fuck. You're leaving for sure. You're dipping out.
I kind of want him.
I want one.
I'm going to go find him.
Yeah. And another story that goes along with the place in question here. This is a reference to Pope John Paul II. I don't think he was a molester. I think he was one of the good popes. In my home, we call him poops.
The poops.
I think the word pope is very derogatory. I like to call him poops. And the fear and evil that this place produces is so strong that Pope John Paul II was scheduled for an appearance in America, in Colorado, where his flight was to go directly over the cemetery. The Pope demanded that another route be taken due to the unholy nature of this property and its potential reach of evil. Now, the Pope, he's so freaked the fuck out. He thinks that the evil is going to jump from the goddamn ground all the way up to Pope Force 1 and grab him out of the sky and butt fuck him all the way down the staircase.
Is this the Pope before the one we have now?
I think this is the one that was the Pope forever.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been the one before now. The one that's not as cool.
Right. Not nearly as cool.
Yeah.
But he was cool enough to know that not to fuck around with the cemetery.
Hey, I don't blame him.
Right. Now, the residents, they get super fucking pissed. They won't talk about this place. We got some quotes from some articles that we read. These are quotes from residents there in the area. "There's no devil down here," said one 79-year-old woman who lives nearby and has nearly a dozen relatives buried at the cemetery. The name was withheld per the interviewee's request. "The only devils we have are the two-legged ones who write stories about it."
That's such an old lady response.
It
I love it.
Stull area resident David Nicholson. "Me and my cousin used to drink beer in there when we was 16, and we never heard nothing. I heard there was people that did little weird worships and shit, but I never seen them. I'll be buried there, and then it might be haunted." That's the coolest fucking thing.
That is the best line.
It's not haunted now, but when you put my old stinky ass in, it's going to be fucking haunted for sure.
It's so good.
Probably bury me and Rob there.
I want to party with that guy.
A lot of people get caught investigating this area and are chased away by the locals. They're chased away by the police. A lot of people that go there, they report hearing gunshots. So these fucking hillbilly fucks are just outside cracking off shotgun rounds, and they see people in the cemetery. You're over there trying to visit your mother-in-law, and you fucking buckshot flying by your head. Fucking shit. Now, vandalism and graffiti artists have taken a toll on before the building was bulldozed. The building was bulldozed in 2002. But before that, there was a lot of vandalism and graffiti artists, and they were just destroying the fucking building. And I heard one story that someone was going into the church, and when they went in, there was two teenagers, and she was giving him a hand job, Rob.
What's this world coming to?
And he was going up her shirt.
Oh my God.
Do you remember, like, when you first started touching women and stuff? First time you went up a shirt?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I'm trying to think back. I can't remember. I remember the first time that I inadvertently got another person's ball sack put on my wrist.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the first time I went up a shirt. It must not have been big boobies.
Did you feel gay when you had the nutsack on your wrist?
No. I mean, it was,
Okay.
I had my socks on.
Okay.
Like I said before.
Very true.
But it didn't make me... Honestly, how I view the world is just flesh. You know?
Hey.
It's just flesh.
Yeah. I guarantee you those balls were probably cleaner than a lot of hands you've shook.
There's no goddamn difference between rubbing your hands together and putting a wiener in your mouth. Promise you. Just flesh, okay? The roof was ripped off by a storm in 1996 on the church. And once the roof was ripped off, people claimed to have entered the church during heavy periods of rain.
I remember that storm.
No rain. I remember it well. Summer of 96. No rain would enter the building. So the roof is ripped off.
Huh.
The people are going inside. They're saying it's pouring down rain and nothing is getting wet inside the inside the church. There's also another story about a guy that was there in the 70s. He made a crucifix out of 2 glass bottles. And then as a joke, he was going to take the glass bottles and the crucifix and he was going to shatter them against the rock there inside the church. And when he slammed the crucifix against the rocks, the glass wouldn't break. That he used all of his strength and all of his might, he couldn't get the beer bottles to break, no matter how hard he hit them against the rocks. That guy's just a fucking asshole. I mean, you're tempting the devil right there.
Hey, he showed himself though.
He's not bad.
No,
Not a bad guy.
He's not letting you break the glass.
He's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time.
I think we've already said that.
A lot of people that go into the cemetery there, they report severe memory loss. They lose time. They have a lot of memory lapses. So they'll go in for, a few minutes, 5-10 minutes, and it feels like they've been there for hours.
Yeah, like when you're at work.
Just like that.
Exactly.
Just like that. There was a couple young men who were having sex, or they were visiting the cemetery. And one night they become frightened when a strong wind began blowing out of nowhere And a lot of people have claimed that when they're in the cemetery, there's just these windstorms that come through that you can barely stay on your feet. But these two gentlemen, they ran back to their car only to find that the vehicle had been moved to the other side of the highway and was now facing the opposite direction. I wish to debunk this. That is called a fucking tornado, you assholes.
So that makes literally no sense.
We have those here in America down there.
You know what? There's a little movie.
Twister?
No, about a tornado in Kansas.
Not familiar. Stull. This is a little snippet of information. Stull was the reason the Cure refused to play in Kansas as well.
That's a bummer.
They fucking suck anyways.
I fucking love the Cure.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm going to break some hearts real quick. I think we've talked about this before. I think the Beatles fucking suck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Elvis is not that good.
No.
And I think Kiss is the most overrated act of all time.
Kiss is the most overrated band ever.
Okay. Just so
in the history of music, they're the most overrated.
And when the church was finally torn down, no one knows how it happened or why it happened. Just overnight, it was demolished. No permission. No one knows who did it. I had my numbers mixed up earlier. The church was destroyed in 1998. The hanging tree with the headstone in the middle of it was torn down in 2002. And I have a Creepypasta that I was able to secure online. I would like to read with you folks. Before I get to the Creepypasta, I have a story about Ariana Grande.
Oh.
She has an experience with the Stull Cemetery. On the attractive scale, where do you put her? As a father of 3 girls, she looks a little too 12-ish for me.
So skinny.
Yeah.
So skinny.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
There's not.
I just like me a big old booty.
I like a thick bitch.
I like some big old hanging titties. I like some of them National Geographic titties, buddy.
Like them healthy titties.
Big cow udders.
She's really pretty. I'll give her. So degrading.
Let's not do it.
It's a 3. No. She's a 7, 8.
She's a warehouse 9.
No, she's a good looking girl.
Yeah. Decent voice. Kind of fucking weird.
Really weird.
Now, Ariana Grande, she said, I felt this sick, overwhelming feeling of negativity over the whole car, and we smelled sulfur. It's because Nicolicious shit himself. We smelled sulfur, which is the sign of a demon. She's correct about that.
That is very true.
There was a fly in the car randomly, which is another sign of a demon.
It is.
She's correct. I was like, this is scary. Let's leave. I rolled down the window before we left and said, we apologize. We didn't mean to disrupt your peace. Then I took a picture, and there are 3 super distinct faces in the picture. They're faces of textbook demons. She definitely doesn't smoke any marijuanas. And she did an interview with Complex magazine. Complex said, let's see the pictures. Ariana said, I deleted it. The next day, I tried to send the picture to my manager, and it said, this file can't be sent. It's 666 megabytes. I'm not kidding. I used to have a folder called Demons. Fucking Looney Tune fucking bitch. That had pictures with all the screen caps in it. But then weird things started happening to me, so I deleted it. Complex says, what weird things? Ariana says, I was going to sleep about 2 weeks ago. I just gotten off the phone, and as soon as I closed my eyes, I heard this really loud rumble right by my head. When I opened my eyes, it stopped immediately, but when I closed my eyes, it started again with whispers. That's too much goddamn Budweiser. Every time I closed my eyes, I started seeing these really disturbing images with like red shapes. Then I opened my eyes and got back on the phone and was like, I'm really scared and I don't want to go to bed tonight. And then I scooched over to the left side of my bed because that's where the best service is in my room.
I love that she said scooched.
And there was this massive black matter. I don't know what it was. Complex said, what? And Ariana said, it was like a cloud of something black right next to me. I started crying. I was on the phone like, what do I do? What do I do? And they said, tell it to fuck off.
It was Big Sean.
Yeah. I thought, I'm not going to do that. It's going to upset it. So I'm just going to chill and not feed into it because all it wants is fear. It feeds on fear. I watched it move to the front of my bed and then I fell asleep on the phone. So obviously you weren't that fucking scared.
Yeah.
I woke up and it was gone. The next night, my friend Tyler was staying with me. Oh, fuck fest. She said it's a girl. Okay, well, that doesn't mean anything. She said she was trying to sleep and her body felt paralyzed almost, and she described the exact same thing I saw.
Spoopy.
So scary right there. Now, here's the creepypasta I was talking about.
Yeah.
It says, in the small town of Stull, Kansas, there once stood an old one-room chapel on top of a hill surrounded by graves. Beside the church was a cellar that was very difficult to find, as its doors had grass grown upon them. In front of the church was a great tree that was always bare. None of the town's members would recall ever having seen a leaf upon its branches. In the town's earliest years, well before the Civil War, there were several farming families that lived there. The minister's daughter had fallen madly in love with a boy from nearby, but had her heart broken when that young man was discovered to have impregnated a certain flirtatious town's girl.
Mm.
You get the fucking you hoes, because I know who's running. That's a little Kid Rock for you.
Yeah.
The two were married. All the while, the Reverend's daughter saw them, happy together, and her hatred brewed until after 9 months of painful endurance, that despisal boiled over. Shortly after the young couple's child was born, the minister's daughter went to their house. They greeted her cheerfully, but noticed all too late how she eyed the child bloodthirstily. She slit the throats of those two who made her life so miserable, and dragged their bodies, along with the newborn child, up the hill to the church. She put the bodies in the cellar and left the baby there between their bodies to starve to death.
Damn.
Motherfucker!
What a bitch.
You goddamn. She locked the cellar shut and hung herself in the tree in front of the church. The bodies in the cellar were not found for 3 weeks. Doesn't say if the baby was dead. From that day on, leaves never grew on that tree. If you walk the graveyard late at night, you can just hear the sound of a baby's chilling cry. The townspeople burnt down the tree many years ago in the hopes of putting the minister's daughter's spirit to rest. And more recently, the church collapsed onto itself, burying the already difficult to find down the cellar. Many have looked for its doors, but the few have found them and ventured beneath its depths have seldom returned, with the exception of a few who came back to the sunlight after 3 weeks beneath. They starved nearly to death and covered in blood that was not their own. That's a little bit spoopy. That's the creepypasta.
That's spoops.
That might not be real.
Yeah, creepypastas you can, yeah.
Fart in a bucket.
It's probably not true, but yeah.
Probably not.
Who am I to say?
I have some various methods here to summon Satan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not... so we got the Charles Babbage method. Draw a circle of blood around you and read the Lord's Prayer backwards.
I don't even know it forwards.
Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And that's where I stop.
Yeah.
They have the voodoo method. The voodoo method for calling on the devil, as devised by Trinidadian musician Earl Marlowe, is not incredibly complicated, but takes an entire week to accomplish.
Okay, that sounds complicated to me.
Fucking clear your fucking date book, buddy.
Right.
Essentially, you have to go to... excuse me. God bless America.
That was Satan.
Yeah, goddamn you, Satan. You have to go to cemetery at the stroke of midnight, say the Lord's Prayer backwards, and when the devil appears, you denounce the world and all that is good. Then you tell him what you want out of your new relationship. Therefore, you have to spend the next 6 nights praying to Satan in order to prove you're for real about your desire to be on the side of all that is unholy. Once you finish this portion of the spell, you'll be marked for eternity by the devil, which is great if you're all about that hashtag devil life. And then you have one of the most basic versions to summon Satan. Me and Rob are going to try this after we go off the air here.
We are.
The standard ritual to summon Satan is classic. This is what the traditional Satanists use. For the ritual, you'll need black candles, a black robe, an all-black outfit, incense, and a lot of silver candle holders, silver goblets if you plan on drinking anything, silver incense holders. When in doubt, make sure it's silver. Prior to the ritual, you should take a shower or bath because you don't want to have fucking You don't want no doo-doo up on them ass cheeks when you're trying to get the devil up in that motherfucker.
You don't want that stench of Jesus on you.
I smell Jesus. Now, when you take the shower or the bath, this goes to show respect to the Dark Master.
Make sure you scrub your asshole.
Yes, with your finger. And brush up on your Latin because you're going to be speaking quite a bit of it.
Of course you are.
But don't worry, much of the ritual is in English, especially the most important part. Deliver me, O mighty Satan, from all past error and delusion. Fill me with truth, wisdom, and understanding. Keep me strong in my faith and service, that I may abide always in thee with praise. Honor and glory be given thee forever and ever.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And I do have, before I get too far gone here, I got a little snippet of an EVP.
Oh, okay.
I like to play for you real quick.
Plug
This
it
is
in.
an EVP taken inside of the Stull Cemetery. Let's roll it for him, Rob.
Roll it.
It was a little bit spoopy, huh? I'm recording.
Okay. Yeah. Did you guys hear it?
Help me.
Help me. That wasn't us.
Let's do it.
Listen
for
again.
him.
I heard it.
It's definitely saying hump me.
Yeah, that's why I thought it said it was
It's a
hump me.
sexy ghost.
I know. It just wants a little bit of love.
Now,
Witch tits.
there's another one here, and this time the EVP is, it sounds like it's saying hit the wall.
Okay.
Hit the wall, motherfucker. To the window! To the wall! I just want the sweat to drip down the balls.
Don't we all?
God damn.
It was so aggressive.
That one fucked me up a little bit, dude.
Hit the wall.
That one definitely fucked me up a little bit.
I like it.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
That's code for get the fuck out of here.
I would have hit the wall.
Yeah, definitely would hit the wall. Definitely would let the sweat drip down my balls.
Oh, yeah. It'd been dripping all the way down. Tickling my taint.
And that's all I have for you, Rob.
All right. You got me
Lots of spoopy stuff.
very spoopy.
And this isn't the only alleged portal to hell
No.
in the world.
There's quite a few others. I touched on a few of them. Some of them I'll kind of just briefly touch over because there's not
No, I'll let you touch anything.
I'll touch it. There's not a lot of real fun, interesting facts on some of these, but we'll go over some of the funner ones here. We'll start with
Funner?
yeah, the funner ones.
Hey, man, go ahead and poke me right in my funner, because you hit me in my funner while you're flipping my deal. I'll do it all the way. I'll get it to goo on you if you flip me in the funner.
The funner, the better. The first I got here is called Hekla. Hekla. So this is in the southern mountains of Iceland. This is a stratovolcano.
Pterodactyl.
Yes. Stratovolcano. This is associated with, it's a fiery pit of lava, and it's associated with the Christian tradition of hell. So there's a monk named Benedict. He named Hekla as the eternal prison of Judas.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
Not exactly, no. And there's another mention from the Icelandic manuscript called Flatty Book Anal.
McCulligan.
Anal. Flatty Book Anal. Anal. Described large birds that were reportedly seen flying inside of the fiery craters and were believed to be the souls of the damned.
Flying out of people's asses.
You got the 7 gates of hell. This is on or off of Trout Run Road in Pelham Township, Pennsylvania. That's not too far. According to legends, the 7 gates of hell appear near the site of an asylum which caught fire. And if you manage to step through all 7 gates, it takes you directly to hell.
God damn.
So,
or if they got Wi-Fi there.
there is only one visible gate that you can see, and Weird US says that the other 6 gates are invisible during the day. Nobody's ever confirmed the existence of more than the first one.
Goddamn magic.
But how are you going to confirm all 7 of them if you
can't see them?
If you're going to go to hell.
Yeah.
And then you got the gates of hell in Clifton, New Jersey, which that
completely believable.
Yeah, it's in New Jersey, so it's that's about as close to hell as I want to get. This is a really old tunnel. It's about 8 feet tall, and it's arched stone walls and ceiling, so it's a big one. And this tunnel itself is real long, so it's in total darkness once you get out of the entrance and everything. So it was built for drainage runoff system a stream.
I'm built for comfort and not speed. Rob.
Hey, I appreciate that. Take my time.
Yeah, real slow. Like, it's hard to jack a man off when he got pubical hairs that are longer than his dick. You know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely do.
You get your fingers all tangled up. You start pulling out the hairs, and he get real mad at you and shit. Old Cemetery Terry, that's what he's all about.
Old Cemetery Terry, I like that guy.
He gets his pubical hairs and he pulls them out real straight. He gets about 2 or 3 inches out above the head of his dick, and then he braids them. So then when his dick does get hard, it tears right through that hair that's braided up over the front of his dick hole.
You can crochet a mean bush. This is built as a drainage runoff system for a stream that's called Weaselbrook. And this can almost instantly turn into a place that carries a raging current of water. So there's a story about this part, and it's by a man named Ralph Sinesy.
Never trust a man named Ralph.
Yeah.
There's no one named Ralph in the Butt Chuggers group.
When I was 16, I was introduced to the gates for the first time. I love how he calls it the gates. My friend asked me if I had ever been to the gates of hell.
You gotta stop and take a drag off your cigarette.
After a few dead ends, we finally found our route to the tunnels. It was dark from all of the tree cover.
And
my stomach began to drop as we climbed down to the level that the tunnel entrances were located on.
Where's this at? This is in Jersey.
Jersey. Oh yeah, let me do a better accent here.
This motherfucker fell down and hit his fucking head somewhere in life because he's fucked up. He's not from Jersey.
Yeah, here we go. Hang on. I could feel the fear running from my feet straight to my shoulders.
Called the Ghostbusters.
Yeah. All that I had heard and envisioned for the last half of my life was hitting me at once. Looking at the entrance was more terrifying than anything else. Like screaming. Unlike the other tunnels, which were round and had streams of water flowing from them, this entrance was square and had no water flow.
There you go. You're doing better now.
Okay. At this point, I was ready to leave and go home. I had seen the entrance, and now I believed everything I'd heard just by looking at it. It was just pure evil. But I realized that the only way to conquer the gates was to enter the tunnels. Deep inside the dark tunnel, we started to hear a strange knocking sound. This was a shock to the system, since it had been totally quiet except for the flow of water. That's when we ran and got the hell out of there. I wasn't sure what we had heard. My friend swears it was just someone whispering some chant deeper in the tunnels. That would make me shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Years later, I made several trips back to the gates of hell. However, after telling my story, I could never convince anyone to venture into the tunnels as far as my friend and I did on that one summer day. And there's also rumors that say a man named Red-Eyed Mike guards the tunnel. Hey, this is Red-Eye Mike. You can't come past this entrance.
Hey, we're trying to get through the tunnel here. What the fuck's your name? My name's Red-Eye Mike. And if you don't like what I got to say, then I'm going to punch you in the fucking balls. And then I'm going to leave you in this fucking shit tunnel, because that's all it is. These fucking kids are running around, they think this is a haunted house and shit. This is just where all the turds fly. This is where all the turds go before we bust them off to Alabama and let them sit out in that train field. Fucking kill everybody.
You want to come through here, you got to show me your Baba Ganoush.
Hold on a second. What a terrible episode.
This is horrible. Last one I want to go over here is the Gates of Guinea. This is in Nolans. This goes with voodoo mythology.
So lots of that song and jazz going on down there.
Yeah. So the recently deceased are sent. This is according to voodoo mythology. Here, they're sent into a kind of purgatory to wait what they, before they can actually meet their ancestors and go into what they call the deep waters.
There's fucking red tape even in the afterlife. Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And this is this purgatory is considered, the gates of Guinea. Now, there are tales of voodoo practitioners that opened the gates of Guinea to reclaim the souls of the dead.
I got friends on the other side.
So spirits in this area are at high risk of being summoned by hoodoo magicians who actually would reanimate those spirits as zombies.
That's what I yell when I'm at one of those blindfold gangbangs.
Hoodoo!
Yeah, who throwing me in the butt? Who throwing me, man? That's a big old dick.
And to enter Guinea,
Who throwing me?
you have to open the 7 gates in the correct order. So it's a fucking quiz. So each gate is presided. Yeah, each gate is presided over by different loas of death. Gedes, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's Guedes. Who must have offerings of their likings. So there is no exact location known as to where these gates have been, but there are thoughts as to how to figure it out. It is believed that if you summon the sigil of Baron Samere, and he's the big dog of the Loas, it will give you all the clues. Appearing as a crucifix surmounted by 7 stars. The symbol might indeed serve as a map of sorts, once aligned over the crossroads of Canal Street and the Basin Street in the French Quarter. The stars of the Veve seem to fall notably on surrounding cemeteries.
That sounds like something we need Tom Hanks to help us figure out.
It's fun. Anything Nolans and voodoo related is pretty
Have you ever
fun.
watched Princess and the Frog? Circling back to the Disney episode?
Nope, I did not.
Oh my God. That's a wonderful one.
I never really watched Disney movies growing up, besides
this is
The Lion King.
This is recently. Princess and the Frog was.
Yeah, I mean,
Since my kids have been
any
alive.
of the old school Disney movies. Never saw.
I got that shit on lock.
Yeah, you got girls.
They're coming out with a live action Lion King.
Yeah,
and a live action Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Smith is playing the genie. Hopefully he can do good by old Robin.
Old Robin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking goat.
We'll see what happens.
That's an hour and 8 minutes. Hour and 7 minutes after we compress this piece of shit. Probably be about 23 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, guys. We don't know what we're doing next week. We'll figure it out.
Right. Remember, send us the review. We'll give you stickers. This is the March to 800.
Hey, we're in the home stretch.
The March to 800. And as soon as we surpass the podcast we're trying to surpass as far as reviews.
We're coming up on our year.
Yeah, May 21st, we will officially be a year.
It's crazy.
It is.
It's been an awesome year. Thank you, guys.
It's been so much fun.
We'll try to do something fun for that one.
We could do so much better if we tried.
Yeah, I know. We got to look up these pronunciations.
That's fine. All right, guys.
Thank you, guys.
For listening.
We love ya.
We love you. See you.
Bye, bros.